Well, here we go. It's time for more My Summer Car. Except for this time, this is all of the audio that you're going to hear because after this part, no more audio was recorded whatsoever. So all you get this time is a story from me. Here we go. So in the beginning, I was using the steering wheel. I actually got out the steering wheel and the pedals. I hooked it all up. I got everything set up on the menu. It all was supposed to work fine, and it didn't. I don't know if I didn't do something right and there's something I'm missing, but boy, I tell you, it sucked. So I'm done with that. That's not happening anymore. I also found the Christmas lights. Well, they were out already. They were out before. But what I did was I went around and I was trying to hang them all up on the roof and looking like an idiot. And I ended up figuring out that I could stick them in the car. I thought that this was recorded, but apparently it wasn't even recorded. So now they're in the car. There it is. And you can see I tried to turn it on. The lights came on, and that was exciting. But the car did not turn on as I had hoped. And I mean, of course it didn't, right? I mean, I've been trying to mess with this stupid wiring forever, and it just will not work. So I also even tried to hook up the original battery, and of course that didn't work. So I needed some more supplies, brake fluid, so I decided I would take the boat and go run off to town. On the way back, I stopped by on the island because I needed some sleep and some beer and so forth. So I did that, and I stopped by. I shot off some fireworks. I grabbed the bucket. I did those types of things. But I also found a fish trap. There's a fish trap that is on the porch of the house out there, and I put it in the water. But I screwed up. I screwed up pretty big time. I dropped it a little too far out. I thought that maybe it had to be in deeper water, but I dropped it too far, and I can't get to it now. It's just like it's lost. It's gone. I tried everything. I tried pushing it with beer. I tried all kinds of goofy things. It's just out of reach. I did find out later that the trap did fill up with fish, so there's a whole bunch of fish stuck out there that I can't get to. So anyway, like I said, I dropped everything off into the boat. I even took the coffee mug and the kettle. I want to see if I can brew some coffee. I have coffee back at the house, so, why not? So I took all of that back, but I went to town. I grabbed just a few extra things so that way we were all set to go and could try to finish the car up, Brewing also happened. So I tried to fill it up at the sink like an idiot. Then I tried to fill it up at the shower. Well, I tried to fill it up. I filled it up successfully at the shower. That's what you need to do. Just put it underneath that. Fills it right up. Then I went outside. I got some sugar, 6 packets of sugar, and a yeast. Threw it all into the bucket. Put the lid on it. Put it on a shelf in the garage, and now I wait. I bought some parts, spoilers, some things on these little things for the back, whatever those are called. Got some stuff. So I even charged up the battery. I did it while I was going to town. Then I took the battery, I put it back in the car, I rewired the entire thing, and then went to start it back up. And what happened? Well, again, the Christmas lights worked, the other lights worked, the engine did not turn over. Now, this was the worst part of the whole thing. So I rode the tractor all the way out so that I could get the sewage truck flipped back over. The whole ride was hilarious. Got none of it. So I finally get to the truck. I get the tow cable. I hook the thing up. I desperately try to flip the thing over by pulling it, but it doesn't work. The tractor is just not powerful enough to actually do that. And here it is. You can see I'm trying. I'm pulling and pulling. And it won't even budge. This literally went nowhere. So I flipped it over with the fork in the front. And that worked pretty well. You can see I flipped it, rolled it right over. It worked pretty well. It's a good thing that the sewage truck doesn't really get crunched up like the others do. This probably would have done a lot of damage to a car or the van or something, I would assume. But anyway, it worked. So I parked the tractor on the side of the road and took off with the sewage truck to go do another job and take it on home. And look at all this silliness. Look at that. That's hilarious. The AI in this Ridiculous. When I got into town, I got all my oil, I got all my beer and supplies and all those things. And then everything fell apart. See, I had some things going on the other screen, and I kept going back over to that. And so it could be that that actually was ruining the audio. I don't know. But regardless, I went over to that, and then I heard the sound of me getting killed. When I went back, I had been hit by somebody. It's a hit and run, and I was standing outside in the street next to the truck. So I'm pretty sure that one of those guys came by and hit me. But the best part is that then I loaded back in, and yes, this actually happened. I loaded up, I walked right out to the street, and what happened? I was immediately run down once again, probably by the same guy. Probably. And from there, besides all of my hilarious remarks, everything was pretty uneventful. I did a couple jobs. I went home. I filled up the car with brake fluid. I put some oil in the car. Tried a couple little things, but nothing too impressive. I organized my food, and then I laid down and I went to bed. And there you go. That's all there was to it. Hopefully this does not happen again, because this little story time thing, I think, is kind of lame. I don't know. Maybe some people like it better. Who knows? I'd rather watch people that are doing the stuff live in a little bit more of a real-time sense. You know what I mean? All right. If you're feeling up to it, do the like, do the subscribe, leave a comment. Tell me things. See you next time.